Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It's me, your girl, BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Match. I think it's Rife. This is about OnlyFans, so it should be good. Let's see what he has to say.
I'm actually from Ohio. Yeah, that's right. That felt as welcoming as it should have. Man, if you've never been to Ohio, you don't got them. You absolutely don't. I don't care who died there. Send an email, okay? You do not have to go. It's so trash. Oh my God. I'm not even from like a fun part of Ohio. I didn't get like Cleveland or Cincinnati, nothing fun. I'm from the middle of nowhere, like hour west of Columbus, surrounded by cornfields, country, the sticks, we call it. Population like 1,500 people. Like the kind of small town where like the gas station's also the grocery store. You know what I mean?
I've been to Hawaii. Hawaii? First of all, I've never been to Hawaii. Second of all, this is about Ohio. Sometimes my brain and my mouth just are not on the same page. Anyway, I've been to Ohio. I've been to Cleveland. And that's it. My mother-in-law is from Ohio. But I think everyone I know from Ohio left Ohio. Which in that case kind of speaks to what Matt had to say, right? I don't know. I don't know very much. My experience in Ohio was very isolated and, it was what it was. So I don't feel like I have much of an opinion, but like I said, everyone I know from Ohio no longer lives in Ohio.
Fuck around, get some sandwiches and some diesel. You here? Why not save a trip? My hometown was so country, man. We used to have drive your tractor to school day.
Stop.
Swear to God. Do you guys remember School Spirit Week? Well, like every day of the week would have a theme to it, like Pajama Day or Twin Day. We would have one day in that week when like the rich kids would pull up and just fucking flex on us, John Deere style. And the women in my school would just get wet. Like, oh my Lord, he's got land. Because that's all people cared about where I was from, was fucking farming.
Land.
Like, you didn't need 8 inches if you had 8 acres. Like, that was the biggest flex you could come with. You couldn't compete with a farmer. If he's plowing land, he could plow your bitch, straight up. Like, there's just nothing you could do. Nothing you could do. But it's the type of small town where, like, life just kind of...
I'm just trying to think like what I know about tractors and farming, and the only thing coming to mind is John Deere. That's it. That feels like a whole different part of life that I know nothing about.
But it's the type of small town where, like, life just kind of dissipates. You know what I mean? Like, everyone lives the exact same life timeline. Like, you go to high school, you get pregnant, then you graduate, maybe, and then you get a job, get married, and so on and so forth. Then you die in this hometown. It's depressing. There's nothing to do for fun there. Everybody just drinks and does drugs, but not cool like we do it, you know? Theirs is because they're sad. It's so depressing, man. I didn't realize drugs were as big of a problem when I was living there, but apparently it's gotten worse. I found out about 3 or 4 weeks ago, this kid who I went to school with, he was like 2 grades older than me. We didn't know each other too well, but there's only like 300 people in a school, so we kind of know each other. Found out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, this kid OD'd
Oh, wow.
from heroin in this town at his job. The same job he got when we were in high school. He lived and died there. And
I remember like my first time realizing that like teenagers had issues with substance abuse, because it was not ever something like I didn't have much of that in my family, or at least I didn't know about it. And I didn't partake. I didn't have friends that partook that did things like that. But I had a friend that I was close enough to. I mean, I had been to her house. We were classmates, and she just like stopped coming to school one day. And then one of her better friends just very casually, in a very like, oh yeah, kind of way, was like, oh, she's in rehab. And I was like, what does that even mean? Like, did she break something? Is she okay? And she's like, no, she's in rehab for drugs. And I was just like, what? I was stunned. Because in my mind, that was something that adults dealt with. And it blew my mind. I still to this day remember feeling like, what in the world? And I don't think she ever came back to school as long as we were there. I don't remember though. I could be wrong. High school was many moons ago. Anyway, yeah, that's my story. Sticking to it.
At his job, the same job he got when we were in high school. He lived and died there. And obviously the whole town got together and they mourned the loss of their dealer. No, guys, don't get weird, okay? There's a silver lining moment. The whole town, I swear to God, they started a GoFundMe and they raised enough money so that they could get him a memorial bench at his favorite park, which I thought was a really sweet memento, you know, to provide other people seating to do their heroin. I've never done heroin, but I imagine you want to sit down. Okay, whatever. You guys don't know him. Okay, I'm just giving you a little perspective. I could have been a bench, okay? But I'm not.
I could have been a bench.
Nothing like where I'm from. It's so weird.
Yeah, like I would agree with that. Like I would never look at him and think he was from a small town. I don't know what I guess necessarily that would look like, but he just doesn't seem like he grew up on a farm. He seems like a city guy. Just goes to show you how people can change and grow and evolve, and you know, when you leave where you're from and what can happen. I don't know, but I would never peg him for a small town kid ever.
I'm good looking.
Oh, that's not why I said that.
I don't like it any more than you guys do, okay? This is not good for comedy, okay? And it's so weird for me. My looks are so confusing to me because you guys haven't known me my entire life, so you have no context of this, but this shit just happened. Puberty hit me so disrespectfully late. I was ugly as shit for the first 22 years of my life. I was so ugly for so long. If I would have been on Wayfair, they would have returned me immediately. Like, I was so ugly.
Y'all, I swear to you, I agree with this. Like, I don't feel like I peaked until I hit like almost 30. And then I turned 30 and I think I stepped into a confidence I'd never known, which is why I can get on the internet every single day without a lick of makeup on, because you can't tell me I'm not that girl. Can't tell me. But it really is crazy. Like, you know, and it's really hard in high school and middle school when like all of your friends are like va 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 boom, and they have bodies and they do their makeup and they wear weave, and you're just like here. You know, like I used to have boys tell me like, when you get to college, you're going to be so fine. And just be like, I got to college and I still wasn't all of that. Trust me. But something happened in my late 20s. Switch. It's so true. I believe him 100%. And I think the longer it takes you to peak, the prettier you blossom.
They would have returned me immediately. Like, I was so ugly. Okay? I spent the first 22 years of my life building a personality for what? You think I need to be funny now? No, it's a fucking waste of my time, to be honest.
He could be modeling.
It's gotten me nowhere.
He could be modeling. I don't know how tall he is, but he could be modeling.
Time, to be honest. It's gotten me nowhere. Oh, and it's so weird because when you spend so much of your life as one thing and then you're drastically changing to something else overnight, it fucks with you emotionally. Like it's still so new to me that I don't quite grasp it. I don't see myself that way. Like, I know I look like every fuckboy ever, but I do identify as an ugly person. So I think that does technically make me trans. Trans handsome, transom. We wait till we get our bathrooms. It's gonna be all mirrors, bunch of pretty people doing cocaine. It's gonna be dope, and y'all can't come.
I said this, I think, in the first video of him. Like, he's so handsome, it's scary. Like, he I don't think he's had plastic surgery, but like, he looks like this is what I want to look like when you go into the doctor's office. Like, he's got full plump lips, a small nose, good jawline. Like, he is kind of like traditionally what handsome looks like. But it's so scary because like, he doesn't look real. You know what I mean? I love that he's like leaning into that. Like, yeah, I know I'm really attractive. Thanks.
It's so weird, man. It's such a drastic lifestyle change, too, because people treat you so different. Like, nobody likes attractive people, right? You assume their lives are easier. Like, there's no sympathy for pretty people at all. Which is another thing you guys might not know about me is I have clinical depression and an anxiety disorder. And you guys are just waiting for the punchline. That's how fucked up it is that I can come up here and vent to y'all, basically being like, help! And y'all like, get your cute ass out of here.
Yes.
And it's not funny. Awesome. Okay. It's so weird. There's no sympathy for pretty people. No one gives a fuck how sad you are if you have high...
That is true, but there is also pretty privilege. And so, like, get over it.
cheekbones at all. People act like I don't have any problems at all. I could be crying my eyes out in bed and people are just like, what could you possibly be so upset about, huh? I bet you're just swimming in pussy. And it's like, yeah, but you know what I'm not swimming in? Self-confidence, security, believe it or not. Someone who listens to me. I can't even hang myself because my jawline will cut the fucking rope.
That's funny. That is funny.
And I'm just on the ground, handsome.
Just chisel, just... That's funny. That's really funny.
Even if I did die, it's gotta be an open casket. People are like, God damn, he looks good in a suit. That's really nice. That's blue is his color. That is nice. There's no sympathy for pretty people. You guys are lucky.
He just called the whole audience.
Logos. Shit ain't sweet up here either, okay?
He just called the entirety of the audience ugly.
Count your blessings, uggos. Shit ain't sweet up here either, okay? Everybody's dealing with shit.
Uggos?
I just want you to remember
Uggos?
that. Remember that. Next time you're in bed, having the worst day, crying your eyes out, and your friends are by your bedside or blowing up your phone, like, oh my God, are you okay? Is there anything we can do to make you feel better? What's wrong? Just remember, it means you're ugly. I don't make up the rules, okay? I'm sorry. If you were cute, they'd be like, get up, bitch, we're going to the club. 3 milli rocks. Be right back to it. No problem, but rules are rules. It's weird because it's given me the perspective of not judging people based on how they look. I'm a big fan of that.
Okay.
That's why I like the masks. Love it. You don't know who's ugly with a mask on, do you?
Very true.
It's kind of a fun game to play, isn't it? Just walking them through the grocery store like, does this bitch have a beak? Like, you don't know what people's situations are. You got to get to know them before you can judge. Like, you wouldn't be able to just assume I'm a douchebag if I have my mask on. You'd have no basis. I could walk into any Starbucks with my mask on. They would just think I'm...
Did he just call himself a douchebag? Did he just admit that?
Like, if I have my mask on, you'd have no basis. I could walk into any Starbucks with my mask on. They would just think I'm any random lesbian. You know what I mean? I could be anybody. Could be anybody. Go in, they're like, what's your name? I'm like, Matt. They're like, you are so brave.
I also just realized the name of the show was OnlyFans. This bit was called Just Got Hot. So my apologies for misannouncing that in the beginning. But anyway, he's funny. I really enjoy him. And I love that he did finally address the elephant in the room. That is his gorgeousness. Anyway, go have the day you deserve. Peace.